know that you have the power to be the same person that clicked on this video or not? Do you know that you have the power to never choose comfort in your life? I don't mean forever, but like, you get the point. You have the power of choice. Let's talk more about that. Well, hello spinners, and welcome back to our channel. Today's video is all about the book You Are a Badass Every Day by Jen Sincero. I love this lady so much because she makes me laugh while telling me to stand up and take charge of my life and my dreams. So I hope that you're ready to get into this video. Okay, so first of all, she starts out with the power of choice. You know, trying to depict that you actually have the choice to say no, to say yes to different case scenarios in life. And while she's saying this, she's giving you, life lessons or stories that she has heard or seen in her life, which is very important because the act of storytelling in books makes like the point that the author is trying to drive home. So I really love that she does that all the time. And then she starts going in talking about going to the spiritual gym. And guess what? Do you know that you're doing that right now by watching this video? Because one of the spiritual gym exercises is actually reading self-help books, and right now I am evaluating a self-help book for you. So get on with it, princess. So another thing that she talks about is like meditating, and for me that's like having like a time to reflect and just go within and try and figure out what makes you think and what doesn't make you think, because trust me, life is always so busy. So it's very important to like have this mini time for like yourself that you just cherish and you meditate, reflect on yourself and all whatnot. Then she talks about journaling, which is like is my thing. I literally have a video where I talk about how to journal and recharge, so you can definitely check out that video to know how I journal. That was like last year. Maybe I should probably do like an update for that video, because like the way I journal now has actually shifted, and I would love to bring that on here for you. So talks about like listening to powerful speakers. For me, I would suggest Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is so amazing. He's funny, so he makes like the message. I think I like funny self-help people. Do you notice that? I just love funny people. They make the message lighter. It's not like the message is heavy, but it's just nice when someone is funny, adds a little sprinkle of spice. So yeah, Jim Rohn is amazing. Napoleon Hill, I think I love going back to like the OG people, but you can also like check out the new people that are always spreading like the word. I love like some ladies here on YouTube, and probably I would like write them down in like the description so you check out their channels, because they are doing the Lord's work. Trust me, it's all to get you out of that comfort zone and into your own excellent being. You have listening to music. You should listen to music that always puts you in a better mood. Don't listen to music because everybody is listening to it. That's something that I talked about with individuality with my friend, and I noticed that a lot of people weren't listening to music because they actually loved it, but because everybody was just listening to the same music all the time. So I would ask you to figure out what music do you actually enjoy. Don't just listen to music because everybody has it on play. Find out what makes you smile, what makes you cry, what makes you push you in the mood. Yeah, that's one tip I would say to help you listen to more music, because for some time I actually stopped listening to music because I wasn't getting a hold of what I liked or not, because I was just listening to what everybody had. Then you can also listen to podcasts. Trust me, podcasts are like the way to go. I stopped my music for podcast. My friend was telling me that, hey, music is for inspiration. Do you even like that song? And never looked back. I'm telling you, like, it's so nice because you're listening to people that have done it. You're listening to like tips to help you get to where you want to get to. I would advise that you subscribe to podcasts that you actually love. Don't just subscribe to what everybody is doing. Don't make this mistake. Like, a lot of people do this same thing. Let the plane pass in peace. All my makeup girlies, how are you doing? I filmed an everyday makeup tutorial, so make sure to click on that video on the screen right now so you can see how I always try to achieve this beautiful face weight. I will see you there. Thank you for watching. Another interesting thing she talks about in the spiritual gym is, listening or reading to biographies of people that inspire you. I do this all the time. I love the story of Christian Dior, and
Once upon a time, there lived a little girl who hid her humble origins all her life and preferred to invent her own legend.
trust me, you would not believe this lady's story. She is so inspiring. Read their biographies or watch the video on YouTube if you don't have like so much time to read. That's one thing I said in the video about how to read more books. You don't actually have to read books you love. Read a book to know that, oh, you have the information. There's so many means of assimilating what's in a book right now. There are blogs that of people that have already made them into book summaries, and I said everything in that video. So watch that video to find out easy ways to read a book without actually flipping pages. Also, she mentioned making a vision board. This is something that is so beautiful to do, because even on days where you are down and you don't feel like doing all those things that you set out to do maybe in a year, because this is already quarter 2 of this year, and trust me, maybe you didn't do a lot of things that you planned out to do in quarter 1, but quarter 2 now is the time for you to reflect and find out what happened, why didn't you achieve them. Did you have a physical vision board that you would look at? Because one thing I noticed is that in a monthly reset video where I talked about my vision board, that's the video, I actually noticed that when I placed the vision board where I could see it, I put it in my locker, I put it on my cupboard. Like, so when I was going about my day and maybe not in the vibe of my dream self, when I looked at it, I always felt love for, oh, that's who I want to be, and let's go on, like, don't give up, you can do this. That's how I felt when I looked at this piece of paper, literally. So I would advise you actually printing it out. I created it also as my wallpaper on my phone, but also having a physical copy really changes the game. So trust me, that has been changing my game of vision boarding, and also like creating gratitude list. So when I journal, I try to write out things that I'm grateful for. To be honest, it has been something that I've been doing on and off, so I'm trying to make it more steady. So creating like gratitude list. I'm grateful for the sun coming out today for me to film. I'm grateful for you watching this video to make yourself the best version of yourself out there. I'm grateful for the device that I'm filming on. I'm grateful for my ability to apply makeup on myself. Like, you can literally find things everywhere to be grateful for. I'm grateful for everything, my hair stylist for making me look beautiful. There's so many things for you to be grateful for. So it's just about trying to find the good things in your own reality and not always being about the down. And that drives me to another point where she talks about your reality is actually based on your own choice. Like, you actually have the right to say, oh, this is bad, oh, this is good. Let's break it down. She says this story about a lady that carries 2 pots of water to a stream several miles away, and on her way back, one pot is always full and the other pot is always half empty, and the half empty pot talks. Woo! It's a story, you can be delusional. So the half pot is always sad and telling the lady that, oh, I'm not giving you enough water that you need, and I'm really sad about that. And the lady is like, no, don't say that, I'm so happy and grateful that you're here, because of half of the water that pours out of the pot when I'm coming back from the stream, the sides of the road is always filled with green leaves and flowers, because your water is pouring on them and making sure that they are nourished. So imagine the brilliance of that lady trying to convince the pot that is actually doing a great job, even though it has a crack, because that crack is providing water to the plants and the flowers on the road, and then the plants are able to give food to the birds, and then the birds, isn't that mind blowing? To be honest, I was also mind blown at the brilliance. But that's to show you that your reality is actually what you make it. Jen Sincero, that that she's a very smart lady. She actually makes every chapter end with like either a question or an affirmation, which is mind blowing. And I actually love it. So after each chapter he ends with a question, and something to just help you know that did you actually understand what was said in the previous passage. And another amazing thing is that she talks about fear, and fear stops a lot of dreams before they even begin.